Hi, Gabrielle here. I'm going to discuss about the new process that's being walked, the physical process within Desteni of the 7-year journey to life within writing and writing out yourself each day, whatever comes up, a pattern, addiction, a point you see that is causing separation within yourself and your world. You take that and you write it out, do self-forgiveness, corrective statements, and each day you do this until you are empty within yourself. You are nothing, essentially. And then from that point we can create ourselves anew within the principles that we've walked and aligned ourselves with, which is oneness and equality with life. And then we can be the support we need to create a new world best for all life. So actually walking this, living this as ourselves. And this process here, the 7-year process to life, or journey to life, is a point of support for all willing to walk this as themselves. So I'm going to speak about day one for me. I did it on considering others, a point that came up at work where I deliberately did not follow with my responsibilities to be at work on time. I was a few minutes late, and the lady that I was relieving, it messed up her night because she had something planned and she had to be there at a certain time. She was depending on me to get there at the time that I agreed upon, and based on me being late, she was late and it affected her night. So when I walked in the door, she said, you're late, you need to be on time because I'm going to be late for an event. And within that, immediately I saw that my back chat kicked in, and I went into diminishing her. I called her a bitch in my head. I called her horrible. How dare she call me out? And within my head, I diminished her down to within myself, to gain power again in myself and feel superior to her, because within that, when she called me out, I went into inferiority and saw myself less than her and was kind of embarrassed, and I saw this memory that came up of me being yelled at when I was a kid. I really didn't like to be yelled at. I feared being yelled at by adults because the loudness of the voice and excuse me, and being called up pretty much, getting caught being bad or doing something that wasn't cool. So I reacted to her when she called me out because I went into that feeling of fear and embarrassment, and then that went right into anger because I don't like being embarrassed, I don't like being in fear, I don't like being called out on. And so immediately I went into this reaction trigger point where I went into my back chat and just diminished her through the, she's a bitch, name calling, and bringing her down so I could be superior within myself, in my mind. So I did self-forgiveness on that point of stopping my ego from, immediately going to reaction and diminishing the other person so I can be superior again. Because I'm always within this point of inferior, superior, and that's how I'm creating relationships in my world, through this polarity of seeing myself either superior than this person or inferior. And based on this point, I always compensate for whatever it is that I'm, If I'm feeling inferior, I'll diminish the person within my mind and be superior. And if I'm feeling superior, I'm getting an energy of good feeling because I'm better than that person. So it's a point of, because I'm not accepting myself here, because I'm not seeing myself here equal one to this person, I'm always in this kind of competitive relationship with the other person, trying to win, trying to be the best, trying to be the winner. And this is based on accepting my ego to direct me. So seeing that within this point of back chat and stopping the back chat, and realizing that this being was only saying this to me based on the fact that, you know, she needs to be places and she needs to direct me to say, you know, need to be places at a certain time, so I appreciate if you be here at a certain time. It was just a direct, it wasn't, she didn't even raise her voice, it was just a direct statement to me, you know, I need to be somewhere, so you need to be on time. And from there, within my mind, I went, you know, she's a bitch, why should she yell at me, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, just went on a rampage within myself, just from those words, just from being called out. And through this, you know, I saw the whole play out of me not wanting to go to work, not caring that I was going to be 5 minutes late. You know, it's not a big deal. And then I went into points through the writing where I saw that because I'm, like, when people are late, because obviously sometimes people are late, and I don't care, I just, you know, relax, you don't have to stress out about it. Some people, you know, get all stressed about it, and I'm like, you know, it's not a big deal, whatever. And so, because I have that stance within myself that I think that, you know, other people should just assume this and should just not care that I'm going to be late. And obviously, there's set times we're supposed to be there, and there's agreements, and schedules are, you know, formed around these agreed times that we're going to be working till, and the other person is going to be coming in. So, you know, it's to live agreements. It's me realizing that I need to live my agreements. I need to be specific in who I am. I need to be specific with what I do. I need to, if, you know, maybe if I was 5 minutes late, call and say, you know, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, and then she can go and figure something out if she needs to go. So just not taking responsibility for myself, abdicating my responsibility, because within myself I didn't want to be at work at all. You know, I think I was feeling sick, or I just didn't want to, like, get up and, you know, go to work and have to go be at work all night. And so I allowed that to direct me and, you know, stop, you know, make myself be late. I was late because I didn't want to be there anyways. So, you know, I wanted a little extra time. You know, who cares? It's only 5 minutes, whatever. And, you know, it affected another being because I was not being in consideration with another. I wasn't being equal to the other. I wasn't being equal to my world, but I was only in my own self-interest. I was only in my mind, thoughts of, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to have free time. But within physical reality, we have to live by principles, we have to live by our agreements, we have to live within equality to others. As, you know, how I want to be treated is I want to be, you know, I require people to be on time so I can go. Just considering the other as yourself. And this point of myself being direct, being specific within my what I'm doing, my responsibilities, keeping to my agreements, and considering equal and one to everyone that's here in my world and who I interact with during my day. And so walking this and practicing it to thus have this become part of who I am. And that's who I want to be. I want to be someone that is dependable. I want to be someone who is honors other people, is equal with other people, and considers life equal and one to how I would always want to be considered. So respecting others and taking responsibility for myself and not going into escapism thoughts and desires, and not wanting to take responsibility for what I have to do, and just walk what I have to do, stop resistances, stop giving into resistances, and walk the walk I have to walk. So the self-forgiveness was cool. Day one was awesome. A cool point that was brought up in work, and I appreciate this process, this walking, to give myself some self-discipline, to write no matter what, walk through the resistances, write, and forgive myself for who I've become, and thus be able to change, commit myself to change, commit myself to walk one and equal, and thus will help me as I walk into a new world best for all. Thanks for watching. I'm going to place a link to the blog I was speaking about here, so you can check it out if you'd like. Alright, thanks for watching and enjoy. Bye. Also, I'll place links to the Facebook groups of the 7-year journey to life that many Destonians are walking, and you can walk as well. It's pretty cool. Alright, thanks.